Well, thank you very much for joining me online. I'm Kevin Hurd from Kevin Talks Tech, here today to talk to you about the exciting world of iOS 7. Apple introduced us to the new operating system that's going to be coming to iPhones, iPads, and iPods this fall. Now, when I talk about operating system, I'm talking about the main software that's used to run the iPhone, kind of like Microsoft Windows running your PC. It is stunning, exciting, and is by far the biggest overhaul we have seen since the first iPhone and iPod Touch, for that matter, came out. Just on its face, you can see the icons got a lift, the screen is going to move depending upon how you hold it, and even the individual apps look cleaner, and as Apple continuously says on their website, it's simpler, cleaner, and more efficient. And really, this is overdue. We've seen so many advances with Android, and even companies like Samsung and HTC continually pump up new features into their phones. Really time for Apple to do an overhaul. And so today, I want to talk about my top 5 changes that I'm really excited to see here in iOS 7. Let's start off with the control center. This is going to be a big improvement. The one complaint I've always had about the iPhone was needing to navigate through the settings just to turn on Wi-Fi, airplane mode on and off, changing the brightness, even just to use the flashlight. I had to always try and find the app. All of that will change. You'll be able to get those controls by swiping your finger up from the bottom of the screen. The control center will come up and you'll be able to adjust those settings. Like I said, I'm talking about adjusting the Wi-Fi, brightness, the music you're listening to on the iPhone, and there's even a shortcut to get to the calculator, camera, and flashlight. And who doesn't use those apps all the time? Now, Android has widgets. You can put those on your home screen to access these features. Been around for a while. Glad to see Apple has finally caught up with that. Next, multitasking. Again, a long-awaited feature you're going to love. Not sure if you knew this, but chances are you have a ton of apps running in the background on your iPhone right now. You can close them by double-clicking the center button and then scrolling through the list, unchecking each app. Multitasking is going to make it easier to close apps when you're done with them, saving battery and making it quicker to jump from app to app. You'll be able to double click that center button and see all your apps come up at once. You can scroll between them to open each one individually. If you don't want it running anymore, simply swipe up. Now, Apple says multitasking is going to make your iPhone smarter too. It'll run updates when your iPhone is being charged to save battery. And because it knows what time you use the apps most often, it can already have them ready for you. For example, it will have your Facebook feed refreshed and ready to view at 9 a.m. if that happens to be the time that you check it every day. All right, off to number 3 right now, photos. When Apple was introducing iOS 7, they showed a cluttered photo album, which, not gonna lie, is kind of how mine looks. The new Photos app will be changing that though. When you take a photo on the iPhone, the file itself contains a lot of information, including where the photo was taken. It uses your phone's GPS or identifies with the cell phone towers nearby to get that. The new Photos app is going to use that information so it can group your photos by when and where they were taken. So a very cool feature there. The camera, by the way, has some updates too. You'll be able to use some new filters with it. Easier to access the panorama settings, etc., etc. Not one of my top favorites though. Safari, let's talk about the new browser. Some big changes to tell you about here. The Unified Smart Search lets you type in a web address or search term and it automatically starts searching for the best result you are looking for, so you can get to some of your favorite sites faster. I do love the new tab view too. See how you can see all of your web pages stacked on top of each other? Pretty cool to be able to get between your web pages with that new Safari browser. Before, you had to swipe side to side to see all the pages you had open, which really, wasn't all that bad. This just makes it cleaner and easier to navigate. Another feature I really like in Safari is the shared links. When you go on Facebook and Twitter, you probably have noticed friends that have shared an article, a video, or some kind of web link. The shared links button is in Safari and it takes all those shared links and puts them into one place so you can see what websites, articles, videos friends have recommended without even going on Facebook or Twitter. And also worth a mention as well, Apple has created a new feature called iCloud Keychain, which remembers your passwords and can even generate new passwords for you. And if you get Apple's new Mac operating system this fall called Mavericks, you can even use the iCloud Keychain to remember passwords and between your computer and mobile device. Now, I gotta say, I am surprised Apple didn't come out with this earlier, but then again, I guess iCloud has really only been around for a couple years. If you want to learn more about iCloud, by the way, we did produce a video about it when it came out. You'll see it on the Kevin Talk Tech Kevin Talks Tech. Come on, I can't get a video page. Finally, I want to talk about Siri. You probably remember the commercials for this when it first came out. When you click the center button on the phone, you can ask Siri to give you directions, the weather, or even ask a question to have her look up on the web. It's a really nice feature, especially when your hands are tied with something else and it's easier to use your voice. Siri has always been okay, but we really haven't seen that many improvements to it since it came out. Google, by the way, recently launched a new version of their search on the iPhone, which features voice search and can do some of the commands just like Siri, asking about weather and directions. That Google app feels much quicker, lighter, and easier to get information, so really a Siri overhaul was overdue. Now it sounds like Apple is changing the Siri experience, adding some new voices, bringing up Bing. Yes, I did say Bing, the Microsoft search engine results on your screen. And you should be able to get a lot more information since Siri is now going to search Wikipedia as well for answers. Now Siri hasn't always been my favorite feature, but I'm going to be happy to see it getting an upgrade, excited about new things that she's going to be able to do, and hope it can give Google's voice search really a run for its money. So hey, that's all 5 features. There is one runner-up, by the way, or honorable mention, and that goes to the AirDrop feature. This plays off the Samsung Galaxy idea of being able to share documents, pictures, and other files with people sitting right around you. On Galaxy phones, you bump each other's phone to share files. With AirDrop, you can see people with iPhones that are right around you connect and send files. It's kind of like a very fancy Bluetooth in a way. Now my biggest beef here and reason it didn't make the top 5 is that it's only available on iPhone 5, iPad 4th generation, iPad mini, I should say, and iPod Touch 5th generation. You also have to have an iCloud account to use it. Now there are still a lot of people that haven't gotten an iPhone 5, might have an older iPad, and of those two that do have all of those, perhaps they don't even have an iCloud account. So I'm sure over time this feature will grow, but I don't expect it to take off for a while. So again, iOS 7. Apple says we can expect a final release of it this fall. You'd be able to download it right on your phone or your tablet. It will be available for iPhone 4, 4S, 5, the iPad mini, and also iPad 2, iPad 3 with Retina, and iPad 4. And you can also get it on the iPod Touch 16, 32, and 64 gigabyte devices. Now, if you missed any of this or want to see it in words, we've put an article up on our website at kevintalkstech.com, as well as links to the Apple articles if you want to go there to learn more about iOS 7. They have put some helpful videos on their website to really show you how all of this works. And hey, if you've got a moment, please, 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 if you're watching this on YouTube right now, click the subscribe button. It'd be really great to be able to stay in touch with you. By clicking subscribe, I can be able to keep track of your comments, be able to interact with you a little bit easier. Click that subscribe button. I want to hear what you have to say. And if you're not on YouTube, if you don't have an account there, you can find us on Facebook. Go to our page and click the like button, or follow us on Twitter as well. And that'll do it for now. Thank you very much for joining me. I'm Kevin Hurd on kevintalkstech.com. We'll see you again next time.